So I'm kind of at an impasse here because oh shit. Oh shit, it's a chopper. Oh no. Welcome in, welcome back to Friday Night Arcade. Thank you everybody for watching and thank you for your support. Continuing on in the Arma 2 DayZ mod in 2016. I've been just kind of having some fun revisiting the mod. We used to play this a ton back in, 2-3 years ago when it was first in its heyday, and with standalone kind of being where it's at now, and the mod is just kind of slowly dying off. All the public hive servers are gone, and there's really just only a handful of servers that actually run it in its vanilla state. So it's it's just kind of going away, and before it goes away completely, I just wanted to kind of take one last pleasure cruise. So I've just been kind of going around the server and hitting a lot of the various points, and I made my way to the dam and was kind of disappointed. There wasn't nearly as much loot there as what there used to be. That's the dam that's at the far north of the map. I think it's called the Popedo Dam, or Pobeda. Easy for me to say. And then I filled my water bottle up while I was there and just boiled that water. So that's actually all the water I have to make the trip. I have decided to try to make my way to the northwest airfield and and see what I can see. It's been a little while since I've ran into anybody. The last time I ran into somebody was in Starry Sober. You may have watched the first video in this series, and I ran into a bandit, was able to defend myself, got lucky and got a couple good shots off, and I lived to tell the tale. He did not. And then I made my daring escape on a bicycle. Some of you have asked, what did I do with the bicycle? Why didn't I keep it? Well, it turned out that the wheels on the bicycle were actually flat, and I didn't have a way to fix them. So that was part of the problem. The other thing is, too, is a bicycle, you can really only ride it in on the road or just kind of out in the open. So, it's cool to ride the bike, and it was cool to use to make my make my daring escape from Starry Sober, but it just, I tend to prefer to be on foot so that I can kind of stick to the wood line more and stay away from the main roads. The bicycle doesn't really allow you to do that, and especially some of the other vehicles. An ATV is probably the lone exception to that. I do like an ATV just because you can go off-road with it, and I like the Jeep as well. Except the Jeep, I think, only has like 10 storage spots or something like that. You can't really store a lot of items on it, so I don't know. It's all kind of personal preference. The other thing is, too, is those types of vehicles make so much noise that it's really hard to be stealthy. Whereas when you're on foot, there's a lot less chance of somebody seeing you before you see them. If you're in a vehicle, somebody's gonna see you or hear you long before you ever see them. If somebody's just hiding in the brush or whatever. So I'm kind of just running around on the far north of the map. I think I'm going west or southwest, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disoriented. I should probably be taking my time a little bit more than this, but with my thirst situation the way it is, I've only got one water bottle, so I'm going to have to find something on the way. I'm trying to make my way to the northwest airfield, and I don't have a compass. I know the last landmark that I was at the dam, and then I was kind of heading in a southwesterly direction from that. So somewhere along the way here, I should come up on a road. And then once I come up on a road, I'll basically need to hang a right, and that should get me pretty close to the airfield. Okay, so that's definitely something. I'm not 100% sure where that's at on the map, but I am going to go ahead and go that direction. I think now I'm heading straight west, or westerly. Thought for a split second I saw another player running up that hill. I think it was just a tree. But there's definitely some civilization over here, so I don't want to be running around in the woods too long. Like I said, I am somewhat limited on my supplies. I got plenty of food for the journey, but a little short on water, so... And it would be nice to be able to realign myself with a known landmark of some sort. So, if I go over here, I should be able to figure out approximately where I'm at on the map. Now, some people are probably asking, why didn't I just head back down south to the town and then just follow the road there? Well, there's a couple of reasons. I'd be backtracking a little bit if I did that. And also, there's more chance of running into another player if I do that. And I am, you know, A, trying to kind of take the quickest way possible, B, trying to avoid contact with other players, if at all possible. I say that knowing full well as soon as I get to the airport field, I'm probably going to run into somebody, but in the meantime, I'd like to actually get there. I do not like going across an open field like this. This is not a good. So I'm going to kind of run in a serpentine motion here to try to, in the off chance that somebody just happens to be up here and happens to have a sniper rifle, hopefully they will not shoot me. Hopefully. Knock on wood. Okay, so that barn I saw is pretty much on the other side of this wood line. So I'm going to kind of stop and listen for a minute and just see what, if anything, I hear or see. Okay, so I'm coming up on this barn that I saw in the wood line. I'm not 100% sure where I'm at. I have a feeling that I have ran around in such a direction that I've actually ended up back on the northern end of Gizvodo, which is the town mostly south of the dam. And the thing of it is that road that goes up to the dam actually kind of goes northeast, and I was heading southwest from that, so it actually makes sense if that's where I'm at. And it's the only... that's the only place like this on the map that's really close to where I was, so I get the feeling that's probably where I'm at. You can't catch me. Okay. And there's a wood pile. This is going to seem really silly, but I'm actually going to grab this wood pile as well as these sandbags. I might be able to use that to make myself a little stash later. And I'm going to need another wood pile anyway to most likely boil some water. Oh. Okay, so... yeah, there's a body of water here, and the barn here. I am definitely north of Gizvodo. So, I can actually kind of just keep following this road. That's not ideal. It's not necessarily the way I wanted to go, but I was hoping I would go more west than south. But that's the breaks. So I'm gonna fill up my canteen here, or my water bottle, and continue on. Okay, so I gutted that chicken and got me some chicken legs. And I am on a dirt road that heads straight to Devil's Castle. So we're getting somewhat closer to the... That Devil's Castle is about a third of the way from here to the Northwest Airfield. Devil's Castle is definitely a known bandit hangout, so I don't know if I'm going to actually try to loot it on the way. I'm probably just going to do a flyby. It's one of those things I could stop off there, but I don't know if it's going to be worth the trouble. The only way it would be interesting is if there was actually somebody there. If not, I've already got enough gear to where I'm pretty much covered. I'm not going to find an upgrade in a backpack there, so... You know, again, it's one of those things you got to kind of risk versus reward. The only thing that I could find there that would be worth finding would be another water bottle. And I just don't know if it's worth the trouble. Definitely keep an eye on those rooftops, though. There could be a sniper up there. So what I'll probably do is just go around it, but not necessarily follow the road. If I get past the Devil's Castle and then go through the wood line west of it, eventually you run into a road, and that's when you know you're really close to the Northwest Airfield. So you've got to really check yourself in this area, because even if there's nobody necessarily at Devil's Castle, there's probably going to be other players that are on their way there. It's definitely a hot spot. So again, I hate going across an open field like this, but at the very least what I'm trying to do is run with a hill to my right. If you got a hill on one side of you, at least you've got cover on 50% of the side. You never want to berm yourself. Like you don't want to run on top of this hill, because now you stick out like a sore thumb to anybody that sees you running across the hill. But if you stay down here, you've at least got some cover to one side. And if somebody was down in that wood line and they were scanning this little berm here, it'd be a little tougher for them to see me. If I was on top of it, I'd stick out like a sore thumb. So at least you want to keep as much as cover as you can, given the situation. It's not always going to be perfect. Obviously, you'd rather stay in the wood line altogether, but sometimes it's just not practical to do that. So you kind of have to pick and choose your spots. So it is raining right now, and that does put me at a bit of a tactical disadvantage for two reasons. First of all, if I was to stand perfectly still and not be running around, my temperature would actually start to drop. That little temperature meter in the lower right corner, the one that looks like a thermometer, and as that starts to turn blue, that means your temperature is dropping, and that's bad. If your temperature drops too much, you can actually get sick. Okay, so right now I'm at the point on the map where this road takes a hard left back down south, and in an attempt to keep from going too far out of the way, I'm actually going to just if my calculations are correct, this basically takes a hard left and then actually starts to bend back around that way, and it kind of backtracks and just takes you further out of the way than what's necessary. So I should be able to cut through the wood line here, and when I get out on the other side, there should be a road that's kind of going north-south. So I'm going to keep going this way and cut through the wood line. Again, the reason I'm doing this is just I don't want to do too much backtracking. So I'm kind of having to pick and choose my spots as to when I run away from a known landmark. The thirst situation is ever present, and if I go too far out of the way, then I'm going to have to risk going into a town again to either find another water bottle or find a can of Coke, something like that. So So I'm just going to cut through here, and there should be a road when I get out on the other side of these woods. There'll be a little bit of a clearing, and then a road that kind of goes north-south. Okay, so just to reset, we're heading towards the northwest airfield. That town is Grishno. And the northwest airfield is that way. So, if there are any other players around, they're gonna be here. This is definitely prime real estate for running into another player somewhere. So I don't actually want to go into Grishno. Again, I'm this close. I'm just going to go ahead and take it straight to the airfield. I'm not going to try to loot another town along the way. I've got one water bottle with boiled water. My thirst is at about half. I've got plenty of food. And on that note, I think I am going to go ahead. I've got some chicken that I need to cook. I'm going to go ahead and cook that now, just in case I get in a situation where I need to get healed quickly. So there is a kind of a small settlement of houses and loot points on the other side of this wood line that kind of runs along the house, or runs along the road. So I do have to be careful here for zombies. There is a good chance of running into some zombie activity in this area. And if I run into him, I'm going to have to deal with them right away. I don't want them following me to the airfield. So there's one there. Okay, so I do hear a chopper in the distance. That is a concern. Somebody is going around in a chopper right now. It sounded like it was to the south. Continuing on to the northwest airfield, with my heart pounding 100 miles an hour. So far, I've heard a chopper off in the distance. It sounded like it was more towards the south. I'm just going to keep pressing onward. Hopefully, whoever was in that chopper and all his little buddies have gone away and will leave me to my own devices. We shall see. Somehow I have a feeling I'm not going to be so lucky. There it is, kids. The northwest airfield. I'm not 100% for sure. Okay, so here's the... So there is a little barn directly east of the airfield, and that's this barn here. Barn, shed, whatever you call it. So, okay, this is good, because I know exactly where I'm at. Sometimes it's easy to get a little disoriented over here, and then you're not quite sure where you're coming into the airfield from, and that you know, you want the most tactical advantage that you can get. And it's always best to know where you're coming into the airfield from. I've really got to watch myself now, because there could be players anywhere. Either going to or coming from the airfield. If they're going to the airfield, there's at least a chance they're not heavily armed. But if they're coming from the airfield, you know that they're armed to the teeth. So this probably isn't the smartest thing I've ever done. I do need to be mindful of my temperature. My temperature is actually going down now. and that's not a good thing. So I'm actually just going to try sprinting. This is probably the stupidest thing I could possibly do, is just sprinting around an open field like an asshole here. But the problem is that my temperature is going down, and I don't have a heat pad, and I darn sure don't want to start a fire. So that's a bit of a concern. At least I don't think I have a heat pad. I have to double check when I get in the wood line here. Yeah, I do not. Well, after all the zombies and bandits I've managed to kill on this life, it'd be just my luck that a damn virus gets me. Killed by the common cold. Friday Night Arcade. And even if there aren't any other players here, this is a tough place to loot just because of the amount of zombies. There's a shit ton of zombies here. This is tough. This is tough business. At least try to deal with these guys in here. All that for a Snickers bars. Fucking bastards. There's not a whole lot of goodness happening in these barracks right now, or these what do you call these? These air hangars. There's not much goodness happening in these hangars right now, so I'm gonna see if I can gain control of one or of the two buildings. Can of muffins. Empty tin can. Not much happening. Okay, so that zombie is aggroed. Somebody somewhere is around nearby. Unless he got aggroed to me. Which is entirely possible. Oh, I can't tell if that's the zombie running around down there breathing, or if that's another player. This is one of those situations where patience is going to pay off. I hope. So, I'm kind of at an impasse here because, oh shit, oh shit, it's a chopper. Oh no, oh no. Hope that thing's not armed. I gotta get down. I gotta. I don't know if he saw me or not. Huh. Yeah, I gotta get down. I can't stay up here. I gotta get at least to where I'm not in the open. I don't even need that. I don't know why the hell I grabbed it. It's dumb.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. Fuck is on?
I'm gonna try to communicate with these people in the chopper and see if they. Oh shit! Oh, was he crashing? For a minute there, I thought he was going down. This is an intense situation here. There's potentially another player. There's a freaking chopper circling my head. I'm a little concerned right now. Just a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit panicked. Does he not know how to land? What the hell's he doing? Oh shit. Shots fired. We've got shots fired at the Northwest Airfield. They sound like they're directly in front of me. Well, I told you this would be the end of me. And it could be coming. We got shots fired, we got choppers circling the area. I'm fucked. This is a bad situation. This is what you call a bad situation right here. This is all gone to a world of crap. Where were those shots coming from? It sounded like it was directly in front of me, but I don't see any zombie activity. It was either directly in front of me or directly behind me. I did close the door when I came in this building, so theoretically, if somebody tries to come in, I'm gonna hear it. The good thing is if I don't move too much, my hunger and thirst don't really go down. So I could potentially wait here for a while. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely don't want to try to leave because there's at least one other player in the area. I don't know where though. I heard shots fired, that's all I know. I don't think that the shots were coming from the helicopter. I don't think they were. The helicopter has more of like a minigun on the side of it. It kind of this sounded more like a rifle of some sort. But from where? Unless the guy was just shooting... I can't tell if there was more than one person in the chopper. I'm not sure. Is it possible to shoot out of the side of the chopper if you're in it as a gunner? Like just with your whatever primary weapon that you have, rifle or whatever? It looked like there was only one person in it, though. It's always tough to tell. Well, the chopper seems to have left. Or at least left the immediate area. It kind of went off in that direction. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now we've got, Oh, this is interesting. Huh. Man. I can't really do much in here. I'm gonna try to communicate with him and see if he says anything. Or at least see where he's going. And there's the chopper again. Well then. Yeah, I don't know if these people are friendly or not, man. Definitely know where to look now, though. Somewhere over there. Yeah, so the helicopter definitely appeared to be taking off from that direction. And then that's also where the Jeep seemed to come from. Somewhere over there, yonder. I have not heard the gunfire. Not since earlier. So I don't know if the other person's just hiding, or if he logged out, or if he ran off. Now what's interesting is that Jeep that went by, that Humvee, whatever it is, the Jeep with the tarp on it, the brown Jeep. I actually saw that Jeep last week. I don't know if it was the exact same one, but they were doing the same thing. They drove through a town and kept honking, and they came through Zelenogorsk. I was hiding on top of a hospital, and they come running through. So I wonder if that's the same guy. Well, I don't know. I feel like I should possibly get while the getting's good, but it's tough to see. try to get a better vantage point. Of course, there's nothing up here. They got me. Well, probably had that coming. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you for your support. I think that does it for me and the DayZ mod. Yeah, I probably should have just stayed down. I don't know, it sounded like they had some kind of a grenade or something too. They might have known I was in there the whole time, I don't know. But they got me, and I think that's it. I think that's it for me. I think I will be uninstalling the DayZ mod for the final time to Rocket and all of those people responsible for this amazing mod. Thanks for all the memories. It's been a blast for what the mod was. You know, for something that you could just get for free. Just change the face of what people can expect from an open world game. And you know, a mod of a game, something's, you know, usually a mod is something kind of simple, or this completely changed the landscape of gaming, and there's been so many bad copycats of this game. So just, you know, thank you. All the good times and all the bad times and all the crazy memories we had along the way. Thank you for DayZ, and thank you so much for everybody for watching, and this was it for me, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time on Friday Night Arcade.